Hi there, and welcome to Science Sleep, where quiet curiosity meets peaceful rest. Tonight, we drift not toward cloud-wrapped mystery, but back to the world we know best. A world covered in oceans of deep blue. A world wrapped in soft air and gentle light. A world whose calm presence has held us since the beginning. Earth, our home, our cradle in the vast dark. A planet shaped by water, softened by clouds, and cradled in the quiet rhythm of day and night. But in this calm journey, we won't explore storms, cities, or noise. Instead, we rise far above them into the silent edge of space, where Earth glows like a smooth blue lantern floating in blackness. Up here, sunlight rests on the oceans in shimmering sheets. Clouds drift slowly over continents like soft white threads, and the thin blue atmosphere wraps gently around the planet like a protective veil of light. Tonight, we invite you to drift beside this glowing world, to float in calm orbit above soft oceans and resting continents, to watch storms fade into white spirals far below, quiet and harmless from this peaceful height. Up here, the air is silent, the horizon curves softly, and Earth seems to breathe a slow movement of clouds and color, steady, ancient, comforting. So breathe slowly with it. Let the blue serenity settle into your thoughts. Let the calm drift of orbit guide you toward deep, effortless rest. Welcome to Earth Blue Serenity, a gentle voyage above the quiet, glowing home we all share, and an invitation into deep, peaceful sleep. Part 1. Drifting into blue orbit. Where Earth breathes beneath you, you rise slowly through the last layers of Earth's atmosphere, passing through pale air that softens into thin sky. The winds grow quieter as you ascend. The sunlight grows gentler. And below you, the world begins to widen. First, into a country, then into a continent, then into a sweeping curve of blue that glows like a living lantern. You drift upward without effort, supported, weightless, safe. The higher you rise, the softer the world becomes. Mountains flatten into gentle shapes. Rivers turn into silver threads. Clouds stretch into smooth, white spirals drifting slowly across oceans. From here, Earth looks peaceful, calm, resting. The sunlight filters through the upper air in soft halos. It paints the oceans with bright blue arcs. It glows along the thin atmosphere like a delicate ring of light, a fragile boundary between warm air and cold space. You drift just above this glowing ring. You feel the gentle shift of weightlessness settle into your body. Your muscles loosen. Your breath slows. Every thought becomes lighter. Below you, the Earth rotates in silence. Not quickly, not slowly, but with a steady rhythm that has never changed. Continents slide beneath clouds. Oceans stretch out like enormous mirrors of blue. The planet moves as though breathing a long inhale, a long exhale, felt only in the slow drift of white cloud bands circling the sphere. You settle into that rhythm. You breathe with the planet. Slow, soft, unhurried. The atmosphere curls around the Earth like a faint blue veil. It shines most brightly where sunlight grazes along the edge. At the horizon, it glows with pure sapphire light. A thin, beautiful line separating day from night. From this height, the line looks delicate, as if Earth is wrapped in silk, the color of calm water. You drift parallel to that horizon. Your body feels still, yet the world moves gently beneath you. Clouds cast faint shadows on the oceans. Currents swirl in wide spirals, their shapes invisible from the ground, but obvious from this peaceful orbit. Every detail moves slowly. Every pattern unfolds in silence. Nothing rushes here. Nothing interrupts. You float above a broad expanse of ocean, a deep, calm blue, stretching from horizon to horizon. The sunlight glimmers across its surface like a soft scattering of stars. The waves are too small to see, but their collective motion forms subtle shifting textures. These textures appear like slow breaths, moving across the water. You glide gently over this blue world. The silence of orbit surrounds you. The only movement is the soft turn of the Earth. The only sound is your own slow breathing. The longer you drift, the more the tension inside your body melts. The more your thoughts smooth out, like ripples fading from a quiet lake. Below you, islands appear. Small patches of green floating in endless blue. Their forests look like soft textures from this height, not jagged, not loud, but gentle patterns of deep green layered beneath white clouds. You drift over one of these islands. A long stretch of soft coastline curves around it. The shallow waters glow turquoise near the shore. The color fades into deep, peaceful blue farther out. Sunlight reflects across the water in long, slow waves. Each wave looks like a bright thread woven into the ocean's surface. You watch it for a long moment flicker, fade, flicker, fade, a quiet rhythm that settles into your breath. You inhale slowly. You exhale softly. Your body floats deeper into calm. A long stretch of cloud drifts beneath you, a smooth white sheet that glows gently from within, lit by sunlight reflecting off the ocean below. The cloud layer is soft and even, like a vast, white blanket covering the world. You hover above this blanket. It moves in slow waves. Its edges blur into blue. Its tops catch sunlight like satin. Above you, space is dark and quiet, but not empty. It feels wide, soft, infinite, like a silent room with no walls. The contrast between deep space and bright Earth creates a sense of perfect balance, warmth below, coolness above, and you drifting peacefully in between. Your breathing slows again. Your eyelids soften. Your awareness widens like the horizon beneath you. Earth turns gently. Clouds drift silently. Oceans glimmer with soft blue light. And you float in calm orbit, weightless and quiet. You glide toward the faint curve where day becomes night. The terminator line, a slow, moving boundary between sunlight and soft shadow. Here, the world dims into deep blues and purples. Cities begin to glow faintly as tiny points of warm light. The stars emerge in the sky above you, each one sharp and still. You drift along this line, half the world in day, half in night. A perfect balance. A perfect transition. You feel your breath become even slower. You feel your body become even lighter. You feel your thoughts fade like the last traces of daylight. The planet glows beneath you. Space breathes quietly around you. Everything is calm. Everything is soft. Everything invites rest. You drift across oceans, continents, clouds, and shadow. You drift with Earth's rotation steady, constant, comforting, and as the world continues its quiet turn, you float with it, wrapped in blue serenity, drifting gently toward deeper calm. Part 2. Floating through daylight, above the blue planet, you drift gently along the bright side of Earth, where the oceans glow with deep cobalt blue and the clouds shine white like brushed silver. Sunlight wraps around the planet in a soft arc, diffusing through the atmosphere in pale blue halos. The air beneath you is thick with color, soft, pure, calming. You float just above the thin veil of atmosphere, where the sky fades from light azure to deep midnight to silent black. From this quiet height, the world below looks almost weightless, a delicate sphere suspended in endless darkness, turning slowly in perfect stillness. Your body feels equally weightless. Every muscle loosens. Every breath lengthens. You drift as though your weight has melted into the sky. Below you, Earth's oceans spread wide. Their surfaces shift with slow, sweeping patterns, currents curling into spirals the size of entire countries, waves creating subtle textures you can only see from orbit. The blues vary like gentle brushstrokes, pale near the coasts, deep in the open ocean, almost violet, where the water sinks into shadow. You float over these colors. They move beneath you like a living painting, a slow, fluid canvas stretching across half the planet. Clouds gather in soft shapes above the water. Some are thin streaks, drawn across the sky like white threads. Others billow in tall, rising towers, bright at the top. Plead is a date, BNHO, Bride HO, shaded at the base, slowly shifting in the silent winds far below. You pass quietly over one of these cloud towers. Its upper surface glows like powdered sugar in sunlight. Its edges blur softly into blue air. You drift above it effortlessly, watching the way the sunlight plays along its curves. The cloud seems almost alive, breathing slowly, expanding and shrinking, its motion too slow to notice, unless you watch with absolute stillness. So you do. You watch. You breathe. You drift. The more you gaze down, the calmer your body becomes. Your thoughts stretch out like the wide horizon. Your breath falls into the same slow rhythm as the planet's rotation. A long stretch of land comes into view. Mountains rise like quiet shadows beneath soft haze. Their peaks dusted with white. Their valleys filled with cool blue shadows. Rivers appear as thin silver lines winding through green terrain. Everything looks peaceful, softened by light, wrapped in the stillness of orbit. You float above the coastline. The water shifts from turquoise to sapphire. Waves break along the shore in soft white curves. But up here, there is no sound. Only the slow patterns of motion. Only the calm colors of Earth. The continent below is covered in forests, so wide they look like textured velvet from above deep green. Cool, and steady, stretching across thousands of miles. You drift further. A great desert appears beyond the forests, a vast sweep of gold and amber glowing beneath the sun. But Ben, even here, the world seems serene. Dunes form smooth patterns, like waves frozen in time. Their edges soften into haze. Their colors fade gently into the horizon. You glide above this desert without effort, as if carried by a slow, invisible tide. The warmth from the sun brushes gently across your face. Not hot, not intense, just a soft blanket of light. Your body relaxes deeper into stillness. Your breath becomes a whisper. Your awareness melts into the quiet glow around you. Far below, small clouds drift over the sand. They cast soft shadows that move like silent, traveling islands. These shadows shift so slowly that you can only see their motion if you remain completely still. You stay still. You watch. You let the moment hold you. The planet turns gently. Its curvature becomes clearer the longer you drift. You trace the arc of the horizon with your eyes, a perfect curve of blue fading into the hazy glow of space. This boundary between earth and sky feels delicate, like the edge of a dream. It invites quiet. It invites surrender. It invites rest. You drift toward the equator, where wide, swirling cloud bands circle the planet in soft, continuous motion. These clouds stretch for thousands of miles, but from here, they look like simple brushstrokes laid across a sphere of blue. You float above one of these cloud bands. Its texture is smooth and calm. Its color is a soft white that glows gently from within. The sunlight scatters through its upper layers, giving it a faint halo, a glow so subtle it seems to hum with quiet energy. The hum settles into your mind, soothing the edges of thought. You feel your awareness drift outward, as if dissolving into the sky. Below the clouds, the deep ocean shifts into darker shades. These darker patches mark the deepest parts of the sea, mysterious, silent, calm. From orbit, they look like calm ink spreading beneath glowing clouds. Soft, still, endless. You drift over this deep blue, letting the vastness pull your mind into a state of pure openness. No boundaries, no noise, only water, light, and quiet. As you continue gliding around the planet, you approach regions where sunlight bends along the atmosphere, creating shimmering rings of pale blue light. These rings glow like frost lit from behind. They wrap around Earth like a delicate halo. You move closer to this glowing edge. The blue intensifies. It shifts from soft sky to brilliant sapphire, then to pale icy tones near the very boundary of space. The colors layer themselves in gentle gradients, forming one of the most peaceful sights in the solar system. You drift along this glowing edge. The curve of the planet stretches beneath you. The silence is perfect. The calm is absolute. Far below, storms form, wide spirals, but from up here, they look soft, almost fragile. White arms curling slowly over blue water. Beautiful, gentle, harmless from this height. You glide above one of these spirals. The clouds move in slow rotation. Their center glows slightly darker. Their edges blend into the larger ocean pattern. You watch the storm from above, feeling none of its force, only the quiet rhythm of its motion. Everything here is slow. Everything is calm. Everything invites sleep. Your breath softens further. Your body loosens completely. Your thoughts drift like thin clouds stretching across the sky. You shift slightly in orbit, moving over continents once more. A vast grassland spreads below, a textured green with subtle variations in color and shade. Rivers carve long lines through it. Lakes reflect sunlight like small mirrors. From up here, these features look like gentle strokes on a canvas. Each shape peaceful, each motion slow, each color soothing. You drift above it all: the deserts, the forests, the oceans, the clouds, each region calming in its own way, each breathing with the slow, ancient rhythm of Earth. The longer you float, the more your inner world settles. The more your breath becomes steady, the more sleep drifts quietly toward you like a soft tide. You let the calm sweep around you. You let the blue glow soften your thoughts. You let Earth cradle you from below, turning gently, steadily, carrying you deeper into quiet. The planet continues to rotate. The light continues to shimmer. And you continue drifting, wrapped in serenity, floating in orbit, held by the calm, endless blue of Earth. Part 3. The slow drift across continents and clouds in gentle orbit. You continue drifting along Earth's quiet curve, floating in weightless silence just above the edge of the atmosphere. The world rolls gently beneath your body, a slow, continuous motion that feels like being carried on an endless tide. The sunlight softens as the planet turns. It angles across oceans in long, shimmering ribbons. It glides across mountain ranges, carving out gentle shadows that roll like ink across the land. Everything below feels peaceful, balanced, steady. You glide over a stretch of ocean that seems to go on forever. Its surface shifts through shades of blue deep navy at the center, cool cerulean near the coasts, and turquoise, where shallow water glows like crystal. Clouds drift across this water in thin, delicate threads. They cast faint shadows, barely visible, softening the light. You drift above these clouds. Their tops curl into smooth waves, moving almost imperceptibly in the thin atmosphere. From up here, the entire sky looks like a soft painting of white and blue. You breathe slowly. You let the calm fill your lungs. You let the soft light ease your mind. As you float further, a continent begins to rise beneath you. It emerges from beneath the horizon like a quiet giant, first a faint green edge, then wide stretches of land bathed in pale sunlight. Forests spread across the surface like textured brushstrokes. Their greens shift in gentle gradients, dark in the valleys, lighter along the slopes, almost golden near the plains. You hover above this forest-covered region. The trees form patterns you could never see from the ground. Long lines of green following the shapes of ancient rivers. Curved borders shaped by winds and rains over thousands of years. The landscape feels old, but calm, steady, balanced. You drift above a river that winds like a silver ribbon across the land. Its curves are smooth and elegant. It reflects the sky in thin, shimmering arcs. From this height, its motion is invisible, but its presence is soothing. You breathe with the river. Slow, quiet, flowing gently downward. Clouds gather over the land, soft white clusters floating low above the ground. They move slower than you expect, like drifting cotton drifting across a sleeping world. You pass over them effortlessly, each cloud glowing softly in the light. Their shadows ripple across the terrain below, like cool hands moving across warm earth. The planet rotates slightly more, revealing a wide expanse of mountains. Their peaks glitter faintly with snow. Their ridges stretch across entire countries, forming patterns carved by time and wind. From up here, the mountains look quiet. They rise in slow curves. They fall in long lines. Their shadows roll across valleys like soft, dark blankets. You float above one of these mountain ranges. The air beneath you thins. The sunlight catches the peaks, turning them into a chain of glowing white and soft gray. Even the tallest mountain is silent from orbit, a gentle shape among countless others. Your breath slows again. You feel your shoulders loosen. You let your awareness drift outward. You let your body sink deeper into weightlessness. As you drift onward, the mountains give way to wide plains. Fields stretch across the surface in calm geometric patterns, soft greens, muted golds, gentle browns, woven together like a vast tapestry. You float above this tapestry. It moves slightly in the breeze far below, but from this height, it seems perfectly still, perfectly peaceful. Sunlight scatters across the land, casting long, soft rays that glow in hazy warmth. You drift through those rays. They brush gently across your face. They warm your breath. They soften your thoughts. Ahead, the coastline appears again. The color shifts from green to tan as the land meets the ocean. Waves form thin white lines along the shore, fading quickly into the vast blue. You pass over it slowly, feeling the transition from land to water as though your breath itself changes texture. Smoother, looser, more fluid. You glide over shallow water illuminated by light. It glows a soft, luminous aqua. Every ripple sends faint reflections upward. The ocean here feels light, almost gentle enough to hold your drifting body. Farther out, the color deepens again into calm, restful blue. This is Earth's deep breath, a long exhale carried by water. You drift across it, letting the calm pull you deeper into quiet. Your body feels softer, your pulse steadier, your thoughts slower. A thin band of high-altitude clouds appears ahead, wisps stretched across the sky like faint brushstrokes of light. You float through them. They diffuse the sunlight in soft halos. They cool the space around you like drifting through a cloud of silk. You inhale gently. You exhale softly. Your breath melts into the silence. Below you, islands appear once again. Small, green shapes surrounded by turquoise halos. They look peaceful and remote, carried by the slow currents of the ocean. You hover above them. Birds, forests, winds. Everything is distant here. 18, wind tune. 18, wind tune. Reduced to pure texture and movement. No noise reaches you. only shapes, only colors, only calm. As Earth continues its slow rotation, the sunlight shifts across the water. Deep blue becomes sapphire. Sapphire fades to teal. Teal melts into soft silver where the light glints off the surface. You watch this transformation for a long moment. It feels like time has paused, like you are drifting through a dream of color and motion. Your breathing matches that slowness. Each inhale is wide and open. Each exhale is long and warm. The world below seems endless. The clouds swirl in wide spirals. The water moves like silk. The land glows in soft patterns of green and gold. You drift above it all, weightless, quiet, safe. And as the planet rolls beneath you, as the horizon curves softly around you, as the silence above Earth deepens into gentle blue serenity, you feel your body loosen completely. You feel your thoughts dissolve. You feel sleep drift closer, as soft as the clouds beneath you, as calm as the oceans, endless breath, as quiet as space itself. Part 4. Drifting into the quiet arc where day slowly becomes night, you continue floating along Earth's curve, drifting steadily toward the soft boundary where daylight fades into darkness. The sunlight behind you grows warmer and deeper. The shadows ahead grow cooler and gentler. This slow transition wraps around the planet like a moving veil, a place where time feels stretched, quiet, endlessly soft. This boundary is called the terminator line, but there is nothing harsh about it. From orbit, it is the most peaceful place in the sky. A slow, shifting gradient from bright azure to deep indigo to star-filled night. You drift directly toward it. Your body follows the natural rhythm of Earth's rotation, carried without effort, guided only by the planet's gentle spin. The light begins to soften around you. The blues below deepen. The clouds glow less brightly. Their edges blur into the darker air. It feels like floating through the quiet moment of twilight, but stretched across thousands of miles. An entire strip of Earth wrapped in calm, waiting for night to settle. Your breath mirrors the transition. Slow inhale, softer exhale, a gentle fade into deeper stillness. Below you, the ocean shifts from bright blue to darker tones, colors like sapphire, ink, and cool steel. The waves catch the final hints of sunlight, sending faint reflections upward, like tiny stars flickering beneath the surface. Clouds drift across this darker ocean in smooth, rounded shapes. They glow softly along their upper edges, then dissolve into shadow below. The deeper they move into twilight, the more they resemble quiet mountains of mist resting on the water's surface. You float above them, weightless and still. Their soft forms move beneath you like slow tides. Their tops glow faintly with pale light. Their shadows deepen into gentle blue. The horizon ahead glows with a thin band of cool violet. This narrow ribbon of color marks the edge of sunlight, a last whisper of day before the calm of night takes over. As you drift closer, the sky above deepens from soft blue to rich indigo. Stars start to appear one by one, first faint, then clearer, then bright and steady. They seem to wait for you as you glide into their quiet domain. Your breath slows again. Your shoulders soften. Your jaw releases its final tension. Your body feels warm and weightless against the cooling sky. The land below takes on new colors. Forests turn into deep, textured shadows. Lakes reflect the fading light in long ribbons of silver. Mountains appear as faint, dark silhouettes stretching across the horizon. Everything becomes softer, quieter, more dreamlike. You drift gently across this darkening world. The transition is so slow that you barely notice the moment day becomes evening. It feels like slipping into a warm pool, one layer at a time. The first lights of human life begin to appear. Tiny sparks across the land. Golden points glowing softly in clusters. Cities and towns shimmer like distant constellations, mirroring the stars above. From here, they do not look busy. They do not look loud. They look peaceful, quiet, like warm embers resting on the surface of Earth. You float over these glowing patterns. Some lights form long lines, roads stretching between cities. Others form soft, rounded clusters, towns gathered along coasts and rivers. Each light flickers gently. None of them move quickly. Their glow soothes your mind, as if the world below has dimmed itself to help you rest. Your breath deepens again. Your body softens. Your thoughts drift like thin clouds. Below, a large city emerges from shadow. Its lights form a complex network, golden veins, spreading outward from a warm, glowing center. From orbit, it looks like a living constellation resting on the planet's surface. You hover above it silently. The city does not feel chaotic from here. Its lights pulse softly. Its roads weave together in slow, intricate lines. Its movement is invisible. Only calm patterns remain. You drift further. The land below gradually fades into deeper darkness. Only the faintest outlines of mountains and lakes are visible now. They look like shadows painted on a dark canvas. Above, the stars multiply. Their light sharpens in the thin atmosphere, each one steady and bright. You feel as though you are drifting through a river of lights, a soft, expanding field stretching across the sky. The nighttime side of Earth glows faintly. Its edges shimmer with soft blue light where the atmosphere catches the last traces of sunlight. This faint glow outlines the entire planet, like a halo of calm energy. You drift along that halo. It guides you gently, as though welcoming you deeper into the peace of orbit. Your breathing slows again, steady, smooth, quiet. The silence here is complete, not empty, just calm. It feels like the soft pause between two long breaths. A silence that holds you, wraps around you, supports you. You drift deeper into the night side. The lights of cities fade behind you. The land becomes darker. The ocean becomes a sheet of soft black velvet. The sky above becomes wide and endless. Stars shimmer across it in perfect stillness. Their reflections faintly glimmer in the water below, blending sky and sea into one continuous field of quiet light. You float through this world of night and softness. Your mind becomes lighter. Your thoughts grow quiet. Your body melts into the rhythm of orbit. The deeper you drift into Earth's night, the calmer, the more peaceful the planet feels. The more your awareness softens, You feel sleep moving toward you like a slow tide. Warm, silent, steady. You let it come. You float with it into this quiet arc between day and night, where Earth shines softly beneath you, turning gently, holding you, guiding you toward deeper rest. Part 5. Gliding softly across the sleeping hemisphere of Earth. You drift deeper into Earth's night side, gliding in weightless silence along the cool arc of the planet. The day behind you fades completely, and now only the soft shimmer of nighttime lights illuminates the surface below. The darkness is gentle here. It isn't heavy or cold. It feels calm, quiet, like a warm blanket stretched across half the world, inviting everything beneath it to rest. Cities glow like quiet constellations. Some are clustered together in golden circles of light. Others stretch along coastlines like long, winding necklaces sparkling along the edge of the water. You drift above one of these coastlines. The lights follow the curve of the land smooth, wavering lines, glowing faintly in the dark. Each light looks delicate from here, as though it could flicker out with a breath. Yet together, they form a warm, steady glow that pulses gently across the night. Your body relaxes a little more. Your breath deepens. You feel the quiet warmth of Earth rising toward you in soft waves. Above you, the sky is filled with stars, more than you could ever see from the ground. Each one, steady, sharp against the blackness. Their light is ancient and calm. Their presence, soothing. You drift through their glow without moving a muscle. The orbit carries you. The world turns beneath you. You simply float. Far below, the ocean appears again, a vast sheet of darkness stretching into the horizon. But it does not feel empty. It feels full of quiet motion, deep swells, gentle waves, hidden currents flowing in slow, endless loops. The moonlight touches the surface in thin, silver patches. These patches shimmer faintly and fade and shimmer again with each slow rise of the sea. You hover above this shimmering path. Your body feels like it is drifting on water, even though you are suspended in the silence of space. The sensation is warm and soft and deeply calming. Clouds gather above the ocean, smooth blankets of white that glow faintly in the moonlight. They appear like snow-covered fields floating just above the dark water. You drift through their upper edges. The clouds brush gently against the atmosphere below you. Their tops are cool, but not cold. Soft, but not heavy. You pass over them effortlessly. Their motion is almost invisible. Only the faint ripple of shadow shows that they are moving at all. Your breath matches that slow ripple. Your body follows that calm rhythm. You drift deeper into stillness. Ahead, the dark outline of a mountain range becomes visible, its peaks faintly illuminated by starlight. The mountains rise like quiet guardians standing over the sleeping land. Their shapes are smooth, their shadows deep, their presence steady. From this height, they look serene, as if each peak is a silent island emerging from a sea of darkness. You glide above them. The air beneath you shifts slightly with the contours of the land. Even in orbit, you can feel the subtle imprint of the mountains, a gentle upward drift, followed by a soft glide downward. The sensation is soothing. it feels like being carried by a calm, invisible tide. The land beyond the mountains glows in patches. Small towns, villages, lights scattered like warm embers across the sleeping terrain. You drift above them in silence. None of the sound or movement from the surface reaches you. From this height, all human activity becomes a soft pattern of warmth, a gentle pulse across Earth's night. Your mind grows quieter with each moment. Your breath grows softer. Your body sinks deeper into the weightlessness. A river appears below a long, winding ribbon of silver, reflecting the faintest light of the sky. It snakes across the land with slow, elegant curves that look almost like handwriting drawn across the surface of the night. You follow its path. It leads you across forests where tree canopies blend into a single, dark field of texture. It leads you across valleys where shadows deepen into cool blue pools. It leads you toward a wide lake that reflects the stars so clearly you can barely tell where sky ends and water begins. You drift above the lake. Its surface is perfectly still. The stars shimmer in it like scattered diamonds. The reflection looks brighter than the land around it, as if the lake has become a silent mirror holding a piece of the night sky. You float in perfect quiet. Your body loosens even more. The muscles in your neck relax. Your jaw softens. Your hands unclench. Sleep begins to settle at the edges of your awareness. Soft, slow, steady. But the planet continues to carry you gently forward. There is no need to rush. There is no need to hold on. You drift with the quiet rhythm of Earth, and Earth drifts with the quiet rhythm of space. A new horizon begins to form ahead. The faintest glow emerges from below. Not sunlight, not moonlight, but the first whisper of approaching dawn. It is a soft glow, barely visible, barely awake, like a candle flickering behind a curtain. You move closer, drifting toward the boundary where night will soon become morning. The stars above begin to fade slightly, their edges softening as pale light touches the horizon. The dark ocean below reflects this change, shifting from deep black to muted navy. The clouds take on a faint lavender. The land becomes a haze of soft shapes. You breathe in, you breathe out. Your breath fits perfectly with this slow birth of light. As you approach dawn, the world brightens by the smallest amount. It is gentle, tender, almost shy. You drift along the night side, but the first touch of tomorrow reaches upward and meets you with pale warmth. Your body responds. Your chest expands softly. Your mind smooths out. Your awareness dims into a warm, drifting quiet. You are floating between worlds again. The world of night and the world of day. This place is calm, balanced, steady, a perfect cradle of stillness. You drift deeper into it, held by the blue serenity of Earth, held by the soft rhythm of orbit, held by the quiet turning of a sleeping world. Part 6. The gentle arrival of dawn. On a turning world, you drift silently toward the edge of Earth's night, where darkness begins to loosen its hold and the first hint of morning rises from the horizon. The transition is slow, soft, a gradual brightening, as though the planet is taking a long, calm breath before opening its eyes. The glow ahead is faint at first, a thin line of silver-blue light stretching across the horizon's curve. It shimmers like the soft edge of a distant flame, steady, warm, peaceful. You glide toward it with no effort. Orbital drift carries you smoothly forward, like a quiet tide, guiding you to the next gentle moment. Below, the ocean begins to transform. The deep black surface shifts into muted navy. The faintest hint of color reflects across the waves, soft, pale blues, mixing with lavender shadows. These colors move slowly, blending into one another like watercolor, spreading across calm paper. Cloud layer tops glow faintly. Their edges become outlined in soft pearl light. They appear like sleeping giants, resting beneath an unfolding sky. Your body responds to the shift. Your breath deepens. Your mind softens. Your awareness expands gently outward, like a slow tide rising along a quiet shore. As you drift closer to the horizon, the glow intensifies. It becomes a wide band of blue-white light, sweeping across the edge of Earth like a celestial brushstroke. This band is known as the blue hour, a fleeting time between night and dawn, when the atmosphere shines with colors found nowhere else in the universe. You drift directly into it. The thin air below glows with a color so soft, so pure, it feels like light you could breathe. The blue deepens into rich sapphire near the planet's surface and fades into pale ice blue as it climbs toward the darkness of space. This gradient wraps around the planet like a calm halo. You float just above it, as if gliding along the edge of a glowing, breathing world. The stars above begin to fade, their sharp edges softening as Earth's upper atmosphere brightens. But they don't disappear all at once. Instead, they fade like memories quietly, slowly, with gentle elegance. You breathe with this gradual change. Your inhale gathers the last stillness of night. Your exhale releases it into the soft light of dawn. The ocean below becomes clearer. Gentle waves ripple across its surface. Their shapes are still invisible from this height, but their rhythm is reflected in shifting colors. Patches of luminous turquoise appear near shallow regions, glowing faintly beneath the spreading dawn. You drift over a cluster of islands. Their silhouettes appear as dark shapes outlined by soft silver light. Lagoon water glows around them in pale blue rings. It looks as though the islands are floating on glowing edges of light. Clouds drift across the sky in wide stretches. The tops brighten. The bottoms remain in night. The slow gradient between shadow and glow makes each cloud look like a soft sculpture carved from mist and morning. You glide above the highest of these clouds. They rise toward you like gentle mountains formed from light and vapor. Their peaks catch the first direct sunlight, a warm, golden white spark that spreads like fire along cotton. The moment sunlight touches the atmosphere, the world transforms. Colors shift. Shadows melt. The dark blue of night, indigo, becomes violet. Violet becomes gentle rose, and rose melts into gold. You are suspended at the center of this transformation, a silent witness to the planet's quiet awakening. Your breath slows even more. You feel the calm deepen in your chest. The warmth of the first sunlight seems to touch you, even though space remains cold. Below, the coastline of a continent becomes visible. Its shape emerges from the twilight smooth, winding as though painted onto the ocean. Mountain ranges glow faintly. Rivers reflect morning light like thin threads of silver. You float above this waking landscape. Fields brighten. Forests shift into rich textures of green, black, and blue. The earliest rays of sunlight stretch across the surface in long, sweeping lines that slowly reveal the world below. It feels like watching a giant painting being illuminated inch by inch. A calm unveiling. A soft, quiet reveal. The soundless transition to morning continues beneath you. Clouds glow warmer. The ocean sparkles brighter. Mist rises from valleys in delicate white trails. Cities hidden in night begin to shimmer at their edges as dawn touches their streets. Yet from here, nothing feels rushed. The entire world wakes slowly, with the tenderness of a planet that knows how to rise gently. You drift above it all, held in perfect calm. You feel the slow rotation of Earth carry you forward. You feel the warmth of dawn reach toward you. You feel the stillness of space cradle you from behind. The combination is soothing, deep, peaceful. Every part of your body loosens. Your breath becomes soft as mist. Your mind falls into a steady rhythm, in sync with the planet's awakening. You glide directly into full sunrise. The sun rises above Earth's curve with a slow, deliberate motion. First, a sliver of light, then a crescent, then a soft, glowing arc filling the horizon with warm gold. The light spills into the atmosphere, igniting the blue halo into brilliant sapphire. The ocean flashes bright silver. Clouds glow white and warm. The land brightens in slow waves that stretch outward across entire continents. You drift through this growing light. It wraps around your body like the warmest, softest blanket. Your breath melts into it. Your thoughts quiet to a hush. Your awareness becomes thin like a cloud dissipating in morning sun. The world beneath you is fully awake now. But up here, in this silent orbit, floating above light and shadow, you remain deeply calm, deeply weightless, deeply at peace, wrapped in blue serenity, held by Earth's slow turning, guided gently toward deeper rest. Part 7. Drifting over a sunlit world, wrapped in blue calm. The sun has fully risen across the curve of Earth, and now the planet glows with a soft, brilliant calm. Light spills across the oceans like liquid gold blending into blue. Cloud tops shine like smooth porcelain, catching the sunlight in gentle waves. Every part of the world below seems to breathe in quiet harmony. You drift above this luminous sphere, held in a cradle of warm daylight and deep, endless sky. Your body feels almost transparent, weightless, suspended in the pure glow of orbit. The atmosphere shines most brightly near the horizon. It forms a thin, the curved line of radiant blue, a delicate ribbon tracing the planet's edge. This ring glows like a guardian of light, separating Earth's warm air from the silent vastness of space. You glide along this glowing edge. Your movements are smooth, guided only by the gentle drift of orbital motion. Nothing pulls, nothing jolts. Everything moves in a soft, unbroken flow. Below, the landscape begins to change. Forests stretch across the continents in broad, dark green swaths. Rivers shine silver beneath the morning sun. Lakes reflect the sky with mirrors of calm blue. And far beyond them, mountains rise in slow, steady ridges, their peaks glowing faintly with snow touched by early light. You hover above one of these mountain ranges. The light spills across the peaks in soft cascades. Each ridge casts long shadows that fade gradually into the valleys. The mountains feel ancient from up here. Strong, still, silent. Their presence steadies you. Their shape slows your breath. Their quiet invites your mind to settle deeper into softness. You drift onward, following the planet's gentle rotation. Clouds gather again, large, slow-moving fields that blanket entire regions. Their tops glow white and warm, while their lower layers remain shaded in cool gray. You float just above them, passing over the smooth, quiet surface like gliding above an ocean of cotton. Their motion is slow and barely visible, a soft ripple that moves like breathing. You breathe with them, deep, soft, and steady. As Earth turns beneath you, the sunlight changes angle. The light becomes warmer, casting golden lines across the land. The forests appear richer in color. The oceans shift into deeper blue. Everything becomes calm and vibrant at once, a world touched gently by morning. Your mind softens further. Your awareness drifts like a feather. Your body relaxes so deeply, it feels like dissolving into the atmosphere around you. A coastline appears ahead. Its shape curves smoothly between green forests and blue ocean. Waves break along the shore in thin white lines that look delicate from this height. The shallow waters glow bright turquoise, a light so pure it feels soothing to the eyes like cool blue silk. You drift over these colors. They wash through your awareness like warm water flowing across skin. Your breath slows again. Your thoughts soften. Beyond the coastline, a sprawling grassland stretches across the surface, a vast expanse of muted greens and warm golds. Its texture looks soft, like brushed velvet spread across the continent. Long shadows stretch from low hills, forming gentle patterns in the morning light. You drift above this peaceful land. Nothing moves quickly. Nothing interrupts the calm. Everything feels still and comforting. A thin layer of mist rises from the grasslands, glowing faintly in the sunlight. It forms delicate ribbons that curl along valleys and cling to the low hills. From here, the mist looks like soft, white breath rising from the earth itself. You hover above it in silence. The mist shifts slowly. Soft, light, ethereal. Its movement calms your heartbeat and loosens your thoughts until your mind feels as quiet as the world beneath you. You drift further inland. The terrain becomes varied patches of farmland, arranged in patterns that form quiet mosaics across the ground. Squares of deep green, rectangles of warm gold, lines of brown earth waiting for new growth. These patterns stretch for miles. They create a peaceful tapestry only visible from high above the atmosphere. Looking down at their gentle symmetry slows you even more. The world feels organized, safe, harmonious. You glide with the slow rotation of Earth. The motion is so even you barely sense it. It feels like floating in a river with no current, just drifting forward because the whole world moves beneath you. Your breathing finds its own natural rhythm. your shoulders fall. Your jaw relaxes. The muscles behind your eyes soften. Every part of your body surrenders to weightlessness. Ahead, the landscape transitions again, from farmland to rolling hills. The hills rise gently, curving in, smooth, continuous shapes. Their shadows stretch across one another like soft, folded fabric. You drift over them slowly, as though the planet is guiding you across a quiet landscape it wants to show you with tenderness. Your awareness drifts between the shapes below and the open sky above. The sky remains a rich blue near the planet's surface, but fades quickly into deep black as your gaze rises. Stars still sparkle faintly in this daytime darkness, tiny white signals shining through the thin atmosphere, one of the day. The contrast is soothing. Blue below, black above, you floating gently between them. You drift over another stretch of ocean, this one bright with sunlight. The surface shimmers like a field of small, fluttering lights. The reflections shift with each slow rise of the waves, making the ocean look alive. You hover above it without effort. You feel its calm rise into your body. You feel its endlessness anchor your breath. You feel the stillness of this moment. Press gently into your thoughts until nothing sharp remains. Your mind becomes smooth. Your breath becomes soft. Your body becomes weightless. The ocean stretches endlessly, and you drift toward the center of that endless calm. The world below feels safe, soft, familiar, and yet, from this height, it also feels dreamlike. A place where colors move slowly, where light drifts across entire continents, where clouds form sculptures of air and water. You drift through all of it, held by gravity, supported by the planet's motion, and wrapped in deep serenity. Your awareness loosens further. Thoughts dissolve before forming. Breath becomes the only rhythm that remains. And Earth, bright, calm, beautifully blue, continues to turn silently beneath you, guiding you slowly into deeper rest. Part 8. Floating through the wide, sunlit calm of Earth's midday skies, you continue drifting above the planet as morning settles fully into day. Sunlight spreads across entire oceans, turning their surfaces into vast sheets of glittering blue. Cloud shadows drift slowly beneath you, moving with the quiet rhythm of Earth's winds. Everything feels warm, slow, deeply peaceful. You glide forward, carried gently by orbital drift. Your body feels perfectly supported, as though the soft pull of the planet and the open cradle of space are holding you together, balancing you in the most delicate way. The atmosphere below glows bright and blue. Its color deepens near the surface and lightens into pale turquoise before fading into the blackness of space. This thin, glowing veil is the birthplace of every breath ever taken. From up here, it looks fragile, precious, beautiful. You breathe slowly with it. Soft, deep, unhurried. Below, the world reveals more of its detail. Mountain peaks cast long, soft shadows across forests and valleys. Rivers shimmer as winding threads of silver. Fields glow with muted gold under the midday sun. Everything stretches wide and calm, a serene tapestry unfolding across the planet. You drift directly above a desert. Its surface glows with warm tones. Sandstone, Orange, soft bronze, muted gold, and pale rose. Dunes create slow, rippling patterns like gentle waves frozen in time. Their shapes are smooth and elegant, curving with the natural rhythm of the wind. The desert radiates warmth upward, but from orbit, it feels soft, not harsh, not dry, just a gentle expanse of color stretching toward the horizon. Your breath falls into the slow pulse of the desert's silence. Deep inhale, long exhale, each cycle smoothing your awareness a little more. Farther along, the land shifts again. Green returns. Forests appear like deep, textured shadows. Their edges blend into the landscape as though painted by a soft brush. The sunlight filters through gaps in the clouds, casting long streams of brightness that drift across treetops in golden ribbons. You float through these light beams. They appear to shimmer upward as if reaching for you, softening the space around your body and warming your thoughts. You drift onward, following the planet's gentle curvature. Below, a chain of lakes comes into view, cool blue pools connected by narrow channels of water. Their surfaces reflect the sunlight like polished glass. Clouds pass over them slowly, their shadows sliding across the surface like soft, drifting curtains. You hover in silence above one lake. Its stillness resonates in your body. You can almost feel the calm water mirroring your own breath, smooth, quiet, serene. Far beyond the lakes, rolling hills rise gently from the land. Their shapes are soft and rounded. Shadows slide across them with the slow movement of the sun. From up here, they look like waves of earth rippling in silent slow motion. You drift above them, your body relaxing deeper, your mind dissolving into soft, quiet, your breath becoming almost invisible, just a faint rhythm, floating in warm, bright air. Soon, the terrain flattens into wide grasslands. These plains extend for hundreds of miles, carpeted in gentle hues of green and gold. Their vastness brings a quiet comfort, a sense of spaciousness, a sense of ease. Small rivers wind through them. Their paths meander gently, as though drawn by a calm hand. From orbit, they appear like long blue threads laid across a peaceful canvas. Your awareness drifts with them. Your thoughts loosen. Your breathing deepens. Your muscles relax even further, softening into weightlessness. Ahead, the coastline returns a long stretch of pale sand, glowing under the bright sun. The water near the shore is a luminous, crystalline turquoise. It shifts into deeper blue as the ocean stretches outward. Waves form soft, white lines that drift across the coastline in slow, unbroken patterns. Their rhythm feels almost like breathing calm, steady, rising and falling in the same slow tempo that your body has begun to follow. You drift out over the open ocean again. The expanse feels infinite. The blues become deeper. The reflections become subtler. The horizon becomes softer. Sunlight sparkles across the surface like a scattering of tiny stars. With sunlight, we have NTV. These bright points flicker in soft, repeating waves, each one soothing your mind and easing your body further into calm. You hover above the water for a long, unbroken stretch of time. There is no rush here, no movement that demands your attention. Only the calm pulse of the planet, carrying you along in silent harmony. Your awareness floats downward. You feel as though you could drift right into the ocean's blue, as though your breath has merged with the wide breadth of the sea. But the world continues to turn gently beneath you, and the orbit carries you onward. Ahead, the atmosphere begins to brighten just slightly more. The blue becomes richer. The sunlight becomes warmer. The planet below glows with the full radiance of midday calm. You glide above cloud formations that look like vast, sculpted shapes, soft white towers, rising from flat cloud layers. Their tops stretch high into the upper atmosphere, catching the sun in bright halos of silver and gold. You float above them, feeling completely cradled between Earth's warmth and space's darkness. This place between worlds feels like the perfect space to rest. Your eyes grow heavy. Your breath grows even slower. Your mind drifts like a single cloud floating through the light. Below you, the planet radiates calm. Above you, the sky expands endlessly. Around you, everything is still. You drift deeper into this midday serenity. Your body softens into light. Your thoughts dissolve into blue. Your awareness floats in perfect, effortless peace. Part 9. The Long Drift. Across the wide continents of a sunlit Earth, you drift farther along Earth's glowing curve, moving slowly across the bright side of the planet. The sun is high now, casting warm light across the continents and turning the atmosphere into a luminous halo that wraps the world in soft blue fire. Below, everything is clear and bright. The details of the land sharpen gently, yet nothing feels harsh from this height. Even the tallest mountains appear softened by distance. Even the largest oceans seem calm and welcoming. You glide above a broad continent. Its surface is a mosaic of textures and colors, forests and deserts, plains and rivers, all glowing under the midday sun. The land stretches out endlessly, rolling beneath you like a peaceful painting. Forests appear first, great expanses of dark green spreading across the land in deep, quiet patches. From orbit, they look undisturbed, calm, ancient. Their canopies ripple subtly like soft fur brushed by a distant wind. You drift above them, feeling the cool calm of green settle into your mind. Your breath deepens. Your thoughts slow. You feel your entire body sink deeper into weightlessness. As the orbit carries you forward, the green fades into warm gold. Grasslands stretch toward the horizon like fields of soft light. They move in gentle waves as the air flows across their surface. But from here, the motion is subtle, only visible if your mind is completely still. You let yourself become still. You let your breath match the slow pulse of the plains. You drift in quiet harmony with the land below. A long river winds through the grasslands. It curves slowly, forming broad arcs that shimmer in bright daylight. The river glows like a ribbon of liquid silver, stretching across hundreds of miles. Its gentle curves soothe your thoughts like smooth handwriting drawn across a calm page. You follow the river's quiet path as your orbit moves above it. Its curves widen, then narrow, then widen again. The patterns repeat with elegant simplicity. your breathing falls into the same rhythm, long, smooth, and unbroken. Ahead, you see the faint outline of a massive mountain range. Even from orbit, the peaks rise with slow, steady strength. Their shadows stretch across the land in dark blue arcs. Snow glows along their upper slopes in bright white lines. You drift closer to them. The mountains feel ancient and calm, like sleeping giants resting beneath layers of sunlight. Their ridges form soft patterns, each one carved by time and softened by haze. You float above the highest peaks. Sunlight reflects off the snow in quiet flashes. The air above the mountains is thin, pale, almost silver. From here, the peaks look peaceful, like frozen waves caught in the middle of a slow, gentle rise. You drift beyond them into a wide valley. The valley floor glows with greens and browns, interrupted by rivers and small lakes that shine like scattered mirrors. Cloud shadows drift across the valley in huge, slow-moving patterns, soft gray shapes sliding over the land like the shadow of a calm hand passing across a resting face. The movement is soothing. Your chest softens. Your breath becomes barely noticeable. Your awareness drifts like those shadows, light, slow, free. A cluster of clouds rises ahead. They are tall and bright, their tops glowing like warm white pillows floating against the deep blue sky. Their lower layers are darker, shaded by height and sunlight. They form gentle towers that move slowly across the land. You drift above them easily, and the tops of the clouds, so close, you feel as though you could reach down and brush your fingers along their soft surface. The experience brings a deep sense of comfort, a softness that settles in your chest, in your shoulders, in your mind. Beyond the clouds, the land stretches into desert. The sand glows bright gold under the afternoon sun. Winds carve soft patterns that run in long, gentle lines. From orbit, these lines look like ripples drawn across the surface of a giant, quiet sea. You drift above them, each ripple calming you further. You feel your thoughts loosen and drift with the slow, silent patterns of the sand. Occasional rocky plateaus rise from the desert. Their shadows stretch wide and soften at the edges. They look like islands floating in an ocean of light. The desert heat cannot reach you. Up here, only the visual warmth remains, a soft, golden glow that eases the mind and slows the breath. The orbit carries you onward, and soon the desert meets the ocean again. The transition is gentle gold blending into turquoise, turquoise into deep blue. The coastline curves gracefully like a smooth stroke of paint. Waves break along the shore in long, white lines. Their rhythm is calm, steady, predictable. You drift above them, feeling your breath follow the same rhythm, in, out, in, out. A wide expanse of open water unfolds beneath you. The ocean shimmers in every direction, reflecting the sun in thousands of tiny sparkles that blink softly in the light. The sparkles appear in clusters, bright, then dim, then bright again, like the beating of a slow, calm heart. That rhythm settles into your chest. It soothes the last bits of tension still lingering in your body. You drift above the open ocean for a long, peaceful stretch of time. The vastness calms you. The emptiness welcomes rest. The silence surrounds you like a warm, invisible blanket. Your body grows lighter, Your thoughts grow slower. Your breath becomes a soft echo floating through space. Earth continues to turn below you, guiding you with gentle insistence toward whatever part of the world comes next. You do not need to move. You do not need to try. You simply drift in perfect harmony with the quiet breathing of a sunlit world. Part 10. The soft descent into afternoon light across Earth's quiet surface. You continue drifting along the wide arc of Earth, moving slowly into the deeper, warmer colors of afternoon. The sun lowers just enough to soften the brightness of the world below. Shadows lengthen, colors deepen. Everything becomes gentler, as though the planet itself is beginning to relax. The ocean beneath you glows with deeper blues. Sunlight stretches across its surface in long golden paths, like warm threads woven into the waves. The reflections ripple softly, changing shape with every quiet motion of the sea. Each ripple feels like a breath, slow and soothing. You drift above these moving patterns. Your awareness shifts with them. Your breathing falls naturally into their rhythm. Slow inhale, soft exhale, rising and falling, just like the ocean below. Far ahead, the continent emerges again. Its coastline curves gracefully as the water meets the land in a smooth line of pale sand. The beaches glow golden under the lowering sun, their edges catching the light like brushed metal. Beyond the shore, dense forests stretch into the distance, dark, rich, layered with shadow and depth. From orbit, the treetops form a single living texture, rising and falling in small waves that echo the motion of the ocean behind you. Thanks for watching, and see yous and the Lavin parted and Tunel with you. You drift above this dark green expanse. Its calm steadiness grounds you. It feels like the deep breath of the planet, slow and ancient. You breathe with it. Your chest expands gently. Your mind loosens even more. As Earth turns beneath you, the sun shifts further toward late afternoon. The light becomes warmer, softer, almost honey-like. Mountains glow with deep amber and soft rose. Valleys sink into cool shadows that stretch in long lines across the land. You drift above one of these mountain ranges. Their peaks rise like gentle spires, etched in gold by the afternoon light. Snow glows faintly along the highest edges. The air above them shimmers with heat at the surface and soft blue coolness above. The contrast is soothing, warm below, cool above. You floating perfectly between the two. You drift further, letting the mountains fall behind you. Ahead, the land drops into a wide basin. Shallow lakes mirror the sky with bright, smooth surfaces. The reflections shift slowly as clouds drift overhead. The lakes appear like scattered pieces of sky placed gently on the surface of the earth. You hover above them in silence. The stillness deepens inside you. Your breath becomes light. Your thoughts fade into the warm quiet. Fields begin to appear patches of deep green, soft, brown, and muted gold arranged in wide geometric patterns. From up here, the fields look calm, like soft brushstrokes spread across the continent. Shadows from tall clouds drift over them, cooling the colors for a moment before sliding onward. This slow movement feels soothing to watch. Your body responds to it with deeper relaxation. Your limbs feel weightless. Your awareness softens at the edges. Wind currents become visible as faint streaks across the cloud tops. They move gently, pulling thin wisps of vapor into long, trailing patterns. Some curve like ribbons, others spread like feathers. All of them drift with the unhurried pace of a world at peace. You glide above a chain of lakes now, each one glowing with a different shade of blue. Some are teal, some sapphire, some nearly black with depth. Each lake reflects the sky in its own quiet way. You drift above the largest one. Its surface is so calm that the sun's reflection forms a perfect, bright oval, a glowing shape floating on water. The light dazzles softly, not sharp, just warm and steady. Your breath follows its calm glow. Beyond the lakes, the terrain rises again into soft, rolling hills. They glow warm under the afternoon sun, their curves smooth like gentle waves of land. Long shadows stretch across them, making each hill look deeper, slower, more serene. You drift above the hills as the sun begins its long descent. The light becomes more golden, painting the entire landscape in warm, quiet tones. The sky shifts to softer blues, with hints of pale pink gathering near the horizon. You feel the shift inside you as well. Your breath grows even slower. Your muscles loosen further. The warmth of afternoon calms you like a gentle blanket of sunlight. Ahead, the ocean appears once more, its surface now darker yet glowing at the edges, where sunlight still touches it. Waves reflect the warm colors of late day: soft bronze, muted gold, deep indigo. You drift above the water. The sparkles are fewer now, but each one is warmer, longer, slower. They blink like small lanterns floating on the sea. Clouds near the horizon glow with orange light. Their edges burn softly with shades of rose and coral. Their centers remain cool gray, forming a gentle contrast that makes the colors even more soothing. You float through this light. It touches your skin like warmth you can feel even in the cold of orbit. Your body melts into it. Your thoughts dissolve. Your awareness becomes soft and golden. As the sun sinks lower, Earth's blue halo becomes sharper. This glowing edge separates day from night, warmth from coolness, light from shadow. You drift along this glowing line, held gently between worlds. The colors deepen around you. The sky softens. The planet breathes below you. Your breathing matches that deep rhythm. In, out, in, out. You feel your entire body move into a deeper state of calm. The horizon ahead begins to glow with the first hints of evening. A darker blue, a softer gold, a gentle shift toward twilight. You drift toward it slowly, comfortably, with no effort at all. Earth turns beneath you. The sky darkens around you, and your mind floats like a feather on warm air, weightless, ready to drift even deeper into the calm of the coming night. Part 11. Entering the quiet glow of Earth's evening light. Afternoon fades gently into early evening as you continue drifting along Earth's graceful arc. The sun lowers closer to the horizon, casting long, soft rays of gold that stretch across continents and settle into valleys, forests, and oceans with unhurried calm. This time of day transforms the planet. The bright midday blues soften into deeper, richer tones. The clouds blush with warm color. The land warms into amber and rose. The ocean darkens into deep sapphire, while its edges glow with shimmering bronze. You glide into this shift as though entering a warm, quiet dream. The atmosphere below you shines with layers of color, thin bands that form a delicate gradient. Gold melting into pale orange, orange melting into soft pink, pink fading into violet, violet deepening into twilight blue. These colors stack gently along the curve of the planet, forming a peaceful crown around Earth's horizon. You float just above these layers, feeling their softness wrap around your awareness like warm silk. Below, forests begin to darken. Their deep green tones soften into rich shadow, forming wide expanses of calm color. Only the tips of the tallest trees catch the final rays of golden sunlight. Each treetop glows faintly before falling slowly into evening. You drift above them in silence. The retreat of daylight feels soothing, like someone dimming the lights of the world to help your mind release its final tension. Beyond the forest, a vast plain stretches toward the horizon. Its fields glow with warm tones, soft gold, muted orange, pale brown. Long shadows fall across them in sweeping shapes that look like giant brushstrokes painted gently by the setting sun. You hover above these quiet surfaces. Nothing here moves quickly. The entire landscape appears to breathe in slow, steady rhythms. You breathe with it, letting your inhale lengthen and your exhale drift peacefully into space. Your body relaxes further. Your thoughts drift like thin feathers. Everything becomes light and open. Ahead, the mountains return, now glowing with soft evening colors. Their slopes shine with warm amber. Their peaks are traced with rose gold. Their shadows stretch long and deep across valleys darkening into blue. You drift above the mountains carefully, as though gliding through a sacred place. Even from orbit, the mountains radiate calm strength. They feel ancient, steady, completely at peace. As the sun sinks lower, the mountains reveal new colors. The bright amber cools into warm lavender. The rose gold peaks fade into soft gray blue. Everything becomes more delicate, more gentle, more soothing. You hover above a snowy summit. The snow reflects the last rays of sunlight in pale pink light that glows like the inside of a seashell. It is subtle, but beautiful, and it touches your awareness with quiet warmth. Far below, a wide lake mirrors the colors of the sky. Its surface shifts from gold to rose to lavender as the sun descends. From up here, the lake looks like liquid twilight, a perfect reflection held softly on Earth's surface. You drift over it without a sound. The reflection absorbs your attention. It slows your breathing. It softens the edges of your thoughts. It draws you gently toward deeper stillness. Clouds gather again, but tinted with warm color. Some glow orange along their edges. Some glow pink. Some remain cool gray at their centers. Together, they form soft islands of color, floating across the evening sky. You drift above these clouds, gliding through the warm light that pours across their tops. The clouds appear soft enough to rest on, like pillows drifting slowly in the sky. The sun lowers further, and the colors shift again. The oranges fade. The pinks deepen. The gold dims into warm bronze. The sky darkens into deepening blue. The world prepares for night, and you drift effortlessly with it. Ahead, the coastline emerges once more. The ocean reflects the evening light in soft streaks of gold and rose. Waves break gently along the shore, their edges glowing faintly before dissolving into shadow. You hover above the vast water as the sun touches the horizon. This is the calmest moment of the day, the moment where light stretches thin and the world seems to pause between day and night. The sun becomes a warm, glowing arc half sunk beneath the curve of Earth. Its reflection stretches across the water like a long, shimmering road leading into the quiet of evening. You drift directly above this path of light. Its warmth fills your mind. Its shimmer softens your body. Its stillness calms your thoughts into complete ease. As the sun continues to descend, the world cools into deeper blues. The ocean darkens. The forests fade into shadow. The plains turn into soft shapes barely touched by lingering light. Only the horizon remains warm, a thin line of fading gold stretched gently across the edge of the sky. The first stars appear above you. Faint at first, soft, barely noticeable, then brighter, then steady. They emerge like small sparks in the darkness, each one adding to the quiet beauty of the sky's transition. You drift into this star-filled gradient. Light below, darkness above, glow around you, peace within you. As the sun sets, completely, Earth's blue halo deepens into indigo. The planet becomes bathed in twilight. The atmosphere glows faintly, like a soft, breathing ring of color. You float along the edge of this twilight band. The world below rests. The sky above expands. Your awareness melts into the perfect balance between light and night. Your breath slows again. Your shoulders release their final tension. Your mind settles into the quiet warmth of early nightfall. Earth turns beneath you with gentle certainty. The sky darkens around you with delicate softness. Your body drifts weightlessly through this transition, held in perfect serenity by the slow, peaceful turning of a planet entering night. Part 12. Drifting into the deep, peaceful blue of Earth's twilight circle. You drift deeper along Earth's curve as evening settles fully into twilight. The sun has disappeared below the horizon, but its light lingers lovingly in the sky, painting the atmosphere in soft, fading colors that glow with gentle warmth. The world below dims into shapes and shadows, but nothing feels dark or cold. Twilight wraps the planet in a quiet, blue stillness that feels calm, safe, and endlessly soothing. You float just above the thin glowing band, where the last light of day meets the first breath of night. This band curves around the entire world, a soft ribbon of color that circles Earth like a halo. The colors shift slowly as you drift, deep gold melting into rose, rose fading into lavender, lavender dissolving into soft blue, and blue deepening into a calm, restful indigo. You glide gently through this gradient, each color settling softly into your awareness. Your breath becomes smoother. Your thoughts drift like clouds. Your body loosens into weightlessness. Below, The forests turn into dark silhouettes. Only the faintest hints of detail remain. The canopy becomes a single textured shadow, rising and falling in quiet waves. The darkness here is comforting, a quiet blanket that settles over the land with warm, steady calm. Rivers glow faintly in the last light of the sky. Thin silver trails that wind through the shadowed land like delicate threads of light. They reflect the sky's fading colors in soft, silent pulses. You drift above one of these glowing rivers. Its curves soothe your gaze. The gentle movement of its reflection slows your breath. The calm shape of its path slips into your body like a quiet lullaby. As twilight deepens, city lights begin to appear. First, just a few dim sparks in the darkness. Then more. Then hundreds. Then thousands. Soft clusters of warm golden light spread across the shadowed land like constellations blooming into existence. You drift directly above one of these glowing clusters. From here, it does not feel noisy or busy. It feels peaceful, warm, like a quiet hearth burning softly against the coming night. The lights shimmer gently. They pulse with the slow rhythm of human life moving far below. You cannot hear anything, but the warmth of the glow reaches you, comforting you, soothing you, inviting your mind to drift further inward into stillness. As the orbit carries you forward, the land grows darker. The lights become sparser. Villages glow like tiny embers spread across a soft black canvas. Roads appear as faint threads of gold, linking these embers with gentle curves. Everything feels slow. Everything feels warm. Your breathing falls even deeper. Your awareness drifts like a feather caught in soft air. Ahead, the ocean appears a vast, dark, limitless shape stretching into the twilight horizon. At first, it seems like a single piece of shadow, but as your eyes adjust, you begin to see subtle hints of color on the surface. Soft, muted blue, deep indigo, faint glimmers of starlight dancing gently across the waves. You float above this vast body of water as twilight slips into early night. The ocean becomes calmer with each moment. Its surface smooths into a quiet, gentle shimmer. The stillness reaches up to you, wraps around you, settles into your chest. You breathe slowly, deeply. The world becomes softer around you. Clouds drift above the ocean. Their bases are dark, but their tops still glow with the last traces of daylight. Warm lavender light outlines their shapes before fading gradually into the deepening blue of the sky. You move above them silently. Their tops form a soft, rippling field that catches the remaining colors of twilight. Each cloud looks like a floating island, painted with the gentle light of a world preparing for sleep. Your mind follows their slow motion. Your thoughts ease into quiet spirals. Your body feels weightless, like a mist drifting with the wind. The horizon ahead grows darker. The warm colors fade completely into deep, restful blue. The blue fades into black, and the first stars shine clearly above you, steady, calm, patient. The planet's blue halo remains bright. It glows like a soft neon thread wrapped around the curve of Earth. This thin, glowing edge is the last whisper of sunlight scattering through the atmosphere. You drift along this glowing line. It feels like following a path of stillness. a road made of light, a quiet guide leading you into deeper night. Below, the entire ocean turns into a mirror. It reflects the blue halo and the glowing twilight sky in soft, blurred shapes. The water looks like liquid night dark, smooth, and endlessly deep. The calm is absolute. You feel it seep into your muscles. Your shoulders soften. Your jaw releases. Your breath slows even more. You drift with the planet's slow rotation. You feel the rhythm of Earth steady, ancient, peaceful, moving you forward with gentle certainty. The stars grow brighter as the sky darkens fully. Constellations begin to take shape. Patterns you recognize. Patterns you forgot. Patterns you never noticed before. They hang above you like lanterns floating in infinite space. You drift under them in silent awe. Their calm glow wraps around your awareness like a warm, soothing blanket. Below, the ocean glows faintly, with waves catching starlight in tiny, shimmering arcs. The world feels calm, complete, ready for sleep. Your breath becomes so slow, so gentle, that each exhale feels like a soft sigh. You drift deeper, carried by Earth's rotation, guided by the stars, wrapped in twilights. Final whisper. Every part of your body surrenders to calm. Every thought dissolves into soft, blue quiet. You float effortlessly between the last light of day and the deep peace of night, held perfectly in the serene embrace of Earth's twilight circle. Part 13. Entering the deep night side of Earth, where stillness expands into infinity. You drift fully into Earth's night side now, when the Ma, leaving the soft glow of twilight behind you. The colors fade gently, and darkness settles across the planet like a calm, velvet blanket. Night does not fall suddenly here. It unfolds slowly, smoothly, as though the world is exhaling after a long, warm day. Below, the surface of Earth becomes a landscape of gentle shadows. Where oceans once glittered with scattered sunlight, they now appear as deep, silent expanses stretching endlessly into the dark. Their surfaces lose their sharp reflections and soften into smooth, dark blue fields, as calm as a held breath. You drift above these oceans effortlessly. The cool, quiet vastness of night wraps around you like a soft cocoon. Your breathing slows. Your awareness thins. Your body relaxes deeper into weightlessness. Above you, the sky becomes fully open. No sunlight remains. No twilight glow lingers. Only a pure field of stars stretches across the blackness. So clear and sharp, they seem close enough to touch. The sheer number of them soothes your mind. They are steady, unhurried, eternal. Their presence brings calm the way. A soft voice hums a lullaby in a quiet room. The Milky Way appears as a long, luminous river flowing across the darkness. It glows with faint, misty light, the combined glow of billions of distant stars woven together in one gentle band. You drift beneath it silently, as though floating beneath a cosmic canopy stitched from ancient light. The sight eases your breath and loosens the last threads of tension from your chest. Below, the outlines of continents begin to shift into view again, not with daylight, but with soft clusters of human light. Cities bloom like glowing constellations on the surface. Their lights pulse faintly, warm and golden, mirroring the stars above. From this height, each city looks peaceful, quiet, like a cluster of lanterns floating on calm water. Roads stretch between them in thin lines of dim light, forming gentle paths across the darkened land. They flow like warm rivers, connecting one constellation to the next. You glide above this web of quiet illumination. None of it feels busy. None of it feels loud. It feels like the world is whispering, as though everything is slowing down with you. The orbit carries you forward into regions where the lights grow sparse. Villages become isolated sparks. Highways become faint, wandering threads. The land settles into deeper shadow. You drift above forests again, now rendered in pure darkness. A soft, textured silhouette stretching beneath the stars. The canopy blends into a single gentle shape, rising and falling like the breath of Earth itself. You breathe with it. Slow, smooth, deep. A calm blue glow appears along the horizon, Earth's faint atmospheric shine, and the Naudas in the Ma. Even on the night side, the upper atmosphere catches nearby sunlight and scatters it into a delicate halo that outlines the curve of the planet. The halo glows softly, like a ring of quiet luminescence that separates the warm Earth below from the endless expanse of space above. Its presence comforts you. It feels like a boundary made of light, holding you safely between the planet you know and the cosmic sea around you. You drift through this gentle glow. It warms your awareness even as the night deepens around you. Below, the ocean returns. Now it looks like smooth obsidian, a dark mirror reflecting faint starlight in tiny glimmers. These reflections flicker gently, barely visible, like whispers of light dancing across the water. You hover above the vastness. The ocean stillness flows upward into your body like a calming tide. Your shoulders soften. Your breath becomes a soft thread. Your thoughts dissolve into quiet darkness. Clouds drift across the ocean, dark shapes outlined subtly by the faintest glow from the stars. Their motion is so slow you almost cannot see it. They move like shadows shifting on a distant wall. You glide above them, feeling the calm density of night fill the space around you. Ahead, lightning flickers inside a distant storm. The flashes are soft from this height. They glow like muffled pulses of white light hidden deep within the cloud layers. The thunder never reaches you. No sound comes at all. Only the faint blinking glow appears and fades in slow intervals. It feels like watching a calm heartbeat from far away. The sight steadies your breathing. Your mind sinks deeper into the soft quiet of night. The atmosphere thins into darker shades as you glide farther into Earth's shadow. Cities disappear entirely. Forests blend into blackness. The ocean merges with the sky. All that remains is darkness below, starlight above, and the glowing blue rim of the planet stretching endlessly along the horizon. You drift through this darkness as though floating inside a dream. Your thoughts expand. Your awareness softens. Your breathing becomes silent. Then, slowly, another glow appears far ahead on the horizon. A soft, deep blue. A hint of silver. A whisper of light, where the next sunrise waits beyond the curve of Earth. You are drifting toward it without effort. without motion, carried smoothly by the steady rotation of the planet. The night remains deep and calm around you, but the distant dawn glows gently, a warm promise of light, waiting quietly at the edge of darkness. You float between the two worlds, night behind you, light ahead of you, held in the peaceful balance of Earth's slow turning, and in honestud en tin en din. Your mind becomes lighter, your breath becomes softer, your body drifts deeper into the warm quiet of rest. Stars glimmer above, Earth sleeps below, and you drift silently through the vast, soothing calm of the planet's night side. Part 14, drifting toward Earth's dawn. The silent edge between night and returning light. You continue gliding across the dark side of Earth, moving closer to the soft glow of dawn, waiting quietly along the horizon. Night is still deep around you, but the darkness feels gentle now. Not empty, not cold, just calm, protective, and infinitely soft. The stars above remain bright and steady. Their light stretches across the sky in delicate, silver threads. Each star feels patient, anchored in silence, as though it has been watching this world turn from day to night for billions of years. You drift beneath them like a quiet observer carried by Earth's slow, steady rotation. Your body grows even lighter. Your thoughts drift apart like thin mist. Your breath becomes a faint whisper, felt more than heard. Below, the continents fade completely into shadow. Forests dissolve into deep shapes. Mountains become ghostly silhouettes. Rivers vanish into pure darkness. Only the faint glow of human lights marks the surface of the world tiny. Warm sparks that flicker softly along coastlines and valleys. As you drift, these lights thin out until nothing remains but darkness below and starlight above. Here, in this place between two vast silences, you feel the full calm of orbit. You are held gently, steadily, mercifully in the soft cradle of night. But ahead, the faint glow of the next sunrise grows brighter. A thin line of blue stretches along the edge of Earth. It is subtle at first, barely visible against the blackness. A soft shimmer that seems to appear only when your breath is deepest and your mind most still. You drift nearer. The line brightens. Deep blue becomes lighter blue, then pale turquoise. Then hints of soft silver begin to glow beneath the surface. This is the first breath of morning, the moment when sunlight begins to seep back into the atmosphere. You glide toward it. Unbroken motion. The blue halo around Earth becomes clearer, sharper, more luminous. It curves around the entire planet like a ribbon of light slowly waking from sleep. You float above it, feeling the glow warm your awareness even before the light touches your skin. The darkness behind you remains heavy and calm, but ahead, everything begins to soften. The black of space melts quietly into deep blue. Then, soft blue. Then the faintest whisper of white gold light waiting just below the horizon. Your breath deepens as the colors shift. Your chest rises with the slow promise of a world about to wake. Your exhale melts into the calm of night, one last time before morning arrives. Below, the ocean reappears, still dark, but no longer invisible. A faint sheen of blue-gray spreads across its surface. The water reflects the rising glow in wide, blurred shapes that move like calm shadows rolling beneath the waves. You drift above this dark ocean as its surface brightens gradually with the first touch of dawn. Its calm soothes you. Its vastness quiets your mind. Its movement slows your breath. Clouds appear again, soft, dark shapes hovering above the water. Their outlines glow faintly as the light intensifies below the horizon. They look like floating islands caught between night and morning. You pass above them, slowly. Their tops are cool and dark, but the undersides begin to glow with soft blue light reflecting upward from the ocean. This gentle illumination makes the clouds look weightless, delicate, almost transparent. Your awareness drifts like one of these clouds, free, calm, and without effort. As you approach the horizon, the glow becomes stronger. A wide band of color spreads across the sky, blue blending into turquoise, turquoise blending into pale silver. The stars near the horizon fade, one by one, their points of light softening into the brightening sky. You float above this transition in absolute stillness. Your breathing matches the slow rise of light. Your thoughts fade like stars disappearing into dawn. Your muscles relax with the soft certainty that morning is coming. Below, the ocean brightens further. The blue grows wider. The silver shimmer grows stronger. The sky above it glows with pale, expanding light. Clouds begin to reflect this glow in soft, blushing colors. Whisper pink, dim rose. But the sun has not yet risen. These colors are the quiet prelude to the first light of day. You drift through them, a silent traveler on the edge of morning. The entire planet beneath you feels like it is holding its breath, waiting, listening, preparing gently for the arrival of dawn. The horizon brightens. The light intensifies. A deeper silver blue spreads through the sky. Cloud tops glow softly as the atmosphere thickens with light. Then, slowly, with the gentlest motion imaginable, the very first edge of sunlight appears. A thin, glowing line of pure white gold breaks through the horizon. Glowing line of pure white gold. It is delicate at first, narrow, almost shy, but it expands gradually, growing brighter with each passing moment. The clouds ignite with warm color. The ocean shimmers. The sky transforms from deep blue to liquid gold. You drift directly above the curve of Earth as the sunrise unfolds beneath you. The light washes across the surface in slow waves. It touches the tops of the clouds, turning them warm. It touches the ocean, averaging blues and golds into a soft, glowing mirror. It touches the land, bringing new detail and color back into view. And as the world wakes, you feel yourself sink deeper into rest. The contrast between the planet's awakening and your own deepening calm is soothing, comforting, perfectly balanced. The sunlight grows brighter. The darkness recedes. The halo around Earth glows like polished sapphire. You drift into the full light of morning, weightless, calm, and sheltered within the warming embrace of a world beginning its new day. And you, carried gently in orbit, float deeper into softness, peace, and quiet, as Earth breathes beneath you in slow, warming light. And now, as Earth's morning light expands quietly beneath you, You float in the soft stillness between waking and sleep. The world has completed its slow turn. Night has passed beneath your drifting body. Dawn has risen at your side. And the calm, endless blue of Earth has wrapped around you like the warmest, quietest embrace. You have crossed oceans. You have drifted above forests, mountains, and clouds. You have watched twilight melt into night and night dissolve into dawn. And, through it all, you have been held gently and effortlessly by the steady rhythm of a breathing world. Here, in this weightless calm, you no longer need to think. You no longer need to try. You no longer need to hold anything at all. Let the last traces of tension fall away from your body. Let your breath soften into slow, steady waves. Let your awareness dissolve into the warm quiet that now surrounds you completely. The planet continues to turn below slowly, peacefully, carrying every sound, every shadow, every color, every quiet miracle on its gentle path around the sun. And you, floating above it, are free to rest, free to drift, free to fall softly into deep, healing sleep. You are safe, you are warm, you are held. Let the blue serenity of Earth cradle you now. Let the light fade gently behind your eyes. Let your breath guide you downward into the deepest rest your body has been waiting for. Sleep is here. Quiet, soft, and welcoming. Allow yourself to sink into it like drifting into warm water. Slowly, effortlessly, completely. Thank you for drifting with us through the peaceful orbit of home. This is Science Sleep, where quiet curiosity meets peaceful rest. Good night, and may your dreams be as calm and endless as the blue world you've floated above tonight.